Hey everyone, a warm welcome to this video. In this lecture, we are going to look at how to install Ubuntu 26.04 on Oracle VirtualBox 7.1. Now, as we all know, Ubuntu 26.04, also known as Resolute Raccoon, is now generally available, and it was released on April 23rd this year and will be supported until April 2031. And if you have Ubuntu Pro, you get access to expanded security maintenance for up to 10 years. And it's available for download for both 64-bit Intel and AMD as well as ARM architectures. Now, before we get along with the installation, let's have a quick overview of some of the key highlights. So Ubuntu 26.04 comes with GNOME 50. Wayland is the default display server, and X11 is now deprecated. You also get Linux kernel 7.0 that comes with numerous improvements for both hardware and GPU. You also get performance improvements for Intel and AMD CPU. You also get adoption for Rust-based core utilities such as sudo rs. You also get improved Snap ecosystem, a unified App Center, and expanded TPM-backed full disk encryption. So those are just some of the key highlights. Now with that out of the way, let's get down with the installation. The first step will be to download the ISO image file. So head over to your browser and search for Ubuntu 26.04 ISO download. And here I'm going to go with the first result. So I'll open this in a new tab, and this takes us to the download page. So as you can see, we have various images, like we have the desktop image, the server image, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to scroll all the way down here, and since I'll be installing the desktop version, I'm going to click on this link here, which will download the desktop ISO image. And be mindful, this is 6.1 gigabytes, so ensure you have ample space on your PC. So I'm going to select this, and I'll be prompted to save it, but I already have it here, so I'm going to cancel this out. Okay, so ensure you have finished downloading your ISO image before proceeding to the next step. Okay, now with the ISO image already in place, the next step will be to create a virtual machine. So see you in the next step. So to start creating a virtual machine, you need to launch your Oracle VirtualBox application like I have here. Okay, so moving on, all you need to do is to click on the new icon here. So here I'll specify the name of the virtual machine. So in my case, I'm going to call it Resolute Raccoon. So this will be the folder or the path to the VM. And for the ISO image, I'm going to navigate to where I downloaded it. So in my case, this is on drive E. So for the type and subtype and version, I'm going to leave it as it is. And I'm going to select skip unattended installation. So in the hardware section, I'm going to specify the memory. So here I'm going to give it roughly 5 gigs. For the processors, I'm going to give it 2 CPUs. And for the hard disk, I'm going to give it roughly 150 gigabytes, or thereabouts. Okay, and that's about it. So I'm going to come here and click finish. And as you can see, this is our virtual machine. Now you can do other modifications. So for example, you can come here to settings and select the network from NAT to bridged adapter. And this will place your virtual machine in your LAN, making it accessible from anywhere in your local area network. Okay. Another thing you can do, you can also increase the video memory to whatever size you so wish. All right, so here I'm just going to click OK because I'm satisfied with whatever I have. And now with the virtual machine in place, the next step will be to launch the virtual machine and get on with the installation. To kick off the installation, I'll simply come here and click on Start, and this will power on the virtual machine. And as you can see, it's powering on. And this is what you're going to have. So I'm going to maximize this. So here you get 2 options, try or install Ubuntu. So I'm going to go with this option. So I'll hit enter. And after a few minutes, you're going to see this screen here welcoming you to Ubuntu 26.04. And the installer wizard will be launched shortly. And as you can see, we have the wizard already launched. So in the first step, we are prompted to choose our installation language. So I'm going to go with English and click next. So here we get accessibility options in Ubuntu. So I'll leave this exactly as it is and click next. For the keyboard layout, this is set to English US, and you can just type a few words here. So for example, you can say, hey, welcome to Ubuntu, and this is just to check whether the keyboard layout is the perfect fit. So I'm just going to click next. So for the wired connection, I'll leave it as it is and click next. So here I'm going to select this option for installing Ubuntu and click next, and I'll go with the interactive installation option, and here you're prompted to choose either the default selection, but now this will install the essentials that you need to get started. But in my case, I'm just going to go with the extended selection, which will enable me to download a full stack suite of applications. Okay, so I'm going to click next, and in this step, I'm going to choose to install third-party software for graphics and Wi-Fi hardware, as well as other additional media formats. So I'm going to click next. So in this section, you are prompted to choose either to erase disk and install Ubuntu, or go with a manual installation. Now this selection will automatically partition your hard drive and is recommended for beginners. Okay, but if you choose to go with a manual installation, this will provide you with the autonomy and freedom to custom your disk partitions. So in my case, I'm going to select the manual installation, and I'll walk you through how to partition your hard drive. So I'm going to click next. So as you can see, this is my virtual hard drive, which has 168.27 gigabytes. Okay, now the first step will be to create a boot partition. So I'm going to select this and click the plus sign. So here I'm going to change this to gigabytes, and I'll choose to give it 2 gigabytes, and I'm going to leave it as it is. Now for the mount point, I'll select it as boot, and I'll click OK. Alright, so this is our first partition, which is the boot partition, and I've assigned it to gigabytes. So next, I'm going to select the home partition. I'm going to click next, and here I'm going to select gigabytes. So here for the home partition, this is where I'll store my personal files such as images, videos, and text files. So for this, I'm going to give it like 70 gigs, and I'm going to select home and click OK. Now for the remaining space, I'm going to set it for root partition. So once again, I'll click the plus sign, select gigabytes, and I'm going to give it roughly 95. And here I'll select root and click OK. So this is our partition table, and this is how it looks like. So I'm going to click next. So here I'm going to create my account. So I'll provide the account details and for the password as well. Okay, so I've provided my account details. Now I'm going to click next. So here I'm going to select my location or time zone. So I'm currently in Nairobi, Kenya. Then here I'm going to click next. So here you'll be prompted to review or go over your choices. So ensure that you're satisfied with your selections here. In my case, I'm good to go, so I'll simply come here and click install, and this will copy all the files from the ISO image to your virtual machine, and this will take a while. So at this point, I'm going to pause the video and we'll resume once the installation is complete. The installation is finally complete, and this took roughly 15 minutes in my case. So here I'm going to click restart now so that you can boot into our newly installed system. So I'll click restart now. Before the virtual machine reboots, you'll be prompted to press enter in order to remove the installation medium. So I'll do exactly that. So I'll proceed and hit enter. So this will disengage or remove the ISO image. So once the system has successfully rebooted, this is what you'll find. Once you've logged in, you'll be required to complete a few post-installation steps. So here I'm going to click next. So here you'll be prompted to either turn on or off the location services to let applications know your geographical location. So here I'm going to enable this and click next. So here you'll be prompted whether to share your data with Ubuntu team and error reports as well. So I'm going to turn this on as well and click next. So here I'll select my preferred desktop appearance. So I'm going to go with the default, and as well as the accent color, I'm going to leave it as it is. Of course, you can change it to a different color if you so wish. All right, so for now, I'm going to leave it as orange and click next. And finally, I'm going to select finish. And there you have it. We have successfully installed Ubuntu 26.04 on Oracle VirtualBox 7.1. So at this point, you can feel free to navigate and explore various applications. So for example, you can access the terminal and update the local package index. So here you can come and say sudo apt update and hit enter. So this will refresh the local package index. So here I'm going to authenticate, and as you can see, this is complete. This winds up our installation of Ubuntu 26.04. Thank you for coming this far. See you in the next lecture.